Straight? I think so. It could be. I'm not sure. That's fine. Hi, I'm Flo, and I made a magazine. So not too long ago, I made a video talking about my process, about how I made a magazine called Flo. And since then, I've gotten a few comments asking me to see the whole process. So without further ado, let's do this. Let's flip through the magazine. So for the magazine, first off, I wanted to talk a little bit about the specs. So I wanted the size to be fairly small, just something you could grab, because I was exposing it at the vernissage for my graduation, and I wanted people to not be intimidated and just grab one. So it was a lot easier for me to make it smaller than to make it like an actual magazine size. I wanted to be able to make this as a continuity, so something I could continue later on. Therefore, I made it into a quarters sort of edition. So this is the summer 2024 edition, and I would be doing a fall issue, a winter issue, so on and so forth. Just because if I am to continue this, I am just one person and it took me 3 months to just do one. So for the cover, I took this picture at the event that Zoe Khan was hosting, and I added it into Photoshop to really get it that really nice shine and texture, and I played with the colors a little bit. I think it turned out really well, and it was really show-stopping at the event that I was at. So for the vernissage, people were looking at this and I was really happy. I added a little symbol talking about who was featured, who were the special artists featured, and then at the bottom I added the key points, and I wanted to talk briefly about the limited edition poster and how this is an independent magazine. So let's dive in. When you first open the book, you're greeted with the what is flow and content section. So these portions of the book are just to talk about briefly what the magazine is and what the values are. And then I gave a little content page so that people could navigate through it. If they wanted to go to a specific page, they would know where to go. Next is the first article. So this article is titled, "Is that anime?" because that's the question that most artists get when they start drawing. So I wanted to talk briefly about anime and its influence in Western culture, specifically in adolescence, because I find that a lot of teenagers are drawn to that art form at an early age, and then they slowly lose interest in it when they grow up. A lot don't, but some do, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit and see what was the pattern. So I researched a little bit, and I mentioned the article that I referenced for it. It was really fun. It's a very light little writing exercise. I really like writing sometimes, so it was a nice thing to do. Next to that, we have the What's in My Bag segment. So I took photos of people's bags from my class, and I just collaged it into a little gallery post. I think it was really cute, and it was really funny to see what was in people's bags, and it was really fun. I love doing this page. Next, we have the first Meet the Artist page. So this is Zoa, the person I mentioned who let me take photos at the event. She is with her business partner, Neha, and we talked briefly about her as a businesswoman, but also her as a henna artist. So this is a picture that I did not take, but she lent. I will put all the tags in the description so that you guys can check it out, but it's also already on my Instagram for the magazine, flow.artmag on Instagram if you guys want to check that out. Next, we have the What the Font section. I wanted to do a little play on words and showcase some typography in there for the graphic designers, and I think it's really fun. I took all of these from the Adobe Fonts website, and I wanted to add a display typeface, a serif typeface, and a sans serif typeface because they all have different uses, so I thought it was really fun to just combine them all into one page. For the coffee break, at the beginning of my semester, I asked a bunch of friends, where can I get a good cup of coffee in the city? So I took 3 of them and I mentioned them. I mentioned Café Léo, which is at Berry-UQAM. I mentioned Café Redwood, which is at Charlevoix Station. And I also mentioned Café Chateau, which is at Verdun Station, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, I wanted to just celebrate the local cafe scene because Montreal is a big foodie city, so figured it was only appropriate. Then we have the editor's playlist. So the editor's playlist is just a bunch of songs that I really liked, and this was part of the easy wins if you remember from last video. So this is just a quick page that I can just make every time. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And then we have the next article, which is the art block article. I wanted to talk about the necessary obstacle, which is art block. Everybody goes through it in every field, so I felt that that was only appropriate. And next to it, you might be questioning what this is. This is actually the first part of the tearaway poster. So this is my poster that I did. And then on the back of this, inside, you have my friend Guillaume Anger. His work is absolutely breathtaking, super detailed and painterly, and I absolutely love his work. So I will be tagging him as well. And then we have the following page of the article. Next, we have the Meet the Artist page. This is Jeanne Briand. Jeanne is an editorial illustrator, and we met at Café Léo to take the pictures, and she was just really fun to talk to. Her experience is moving from France to come to Montreal and develop her style here. And she got way more recognition when she was here after she graduated from design school. This is a little page that I think is worth noting because Montreal has a lot of events happening all the time, and I don't feel like people know about them all the time. So this is the events section. So events that are regularly occurring in the city that I wanted to showcase. So I've been to most of these. I have not been to all of them. The first one is the Broadway Cafe at the Siegel Center. I put all the informations down, and that's an event that I absolutely love going. If you're a musical theater fan, absolutely do it if you're in the city. Is Librairie Saint-Henri and their partnership with Wine Mom. And then we have Anti-Café, who does a bunch of life drawing sessions. And at the end, we have the Montreal Makers Market if you were interested in doing a market, an art market. So yeah, and we can't forget, I added a bunch of the festivals that were gonna happen this summer, such as Osheaga Jazz Festival, Ilsonic, and Mural Fest. Next, we have the last article, which is the rise of AI. So I added a few illustrations. So these 2 are mine. Well, all the illustrations are mine, if not they're credited. And this was really fun to do. I had never actually placed an image and wrapped around text on InDesign. So this was a challenge, but I really enjoyed it. And next to it, we have a little comic that I did about the word talented and when you say it to an artist. Okay, so now we have the last Meet the Artist section, sort of. This is a Tips from the Pro. I wanted to add a section where we had somebody who was more established in their field, who was still artistic. So this is José Bisaillon. She is a children's book illustrator, so I talked a little bit about her career, how she established herself, and what were the difficulties and the challenges that she faced when she was first starting out. I added her tags, and I also added a little section where you could suggest artists that you want us to feature next. And lastly, we have the crossword page and the end note. So the crossword, all of the answers are found inside the articles, and the end note is just me thanking everybody who was a part of it and thanking the advisors who helped me along the way to make this project look as good as it did. And then finally, we have a little quote that I pulled from the first introduction page. And that's it. That is my entire magazine. That is my thesis project. Thank you so much for showing so much encouragement on the first video. Thank you so much to the people who have taken one, and to the people who are just inspiring me to continue working on this project, even when it got hard. I really hope you stick around because there is more coming. And yeah, follow along, subscribe, do whatever. I'm not really good with social media stuff, so do whatever you feel is appropriate, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!